So this video is going to be how smooth does a really kind of roughly tuned NA 944 start and run. So the car's obviously off. I've just got a fan running and the fans under the hood are activated right now. The car is at full operating temperature. I just shut it down after a little bit of tuning. So let's go ahead and key to the run position. Here the fuel pump prime. And we're up here. See, manifold air temp is pretty hot. Coolant is fully up to temp. I think that curve's a little bit off. Anyway, you can see, everything is normal. So I'm going to crank the engine, clutch in, and I just finished tuning a lot of the pulse widths for cranking and after start enrichment. So yeah, focus it on the laptop. Ready? This is with no pedal. Just letting the software tune, advance the timing and enrich the cranking and after start pulses. So there you go. Idling right at around 1000 RPM, pulling about 11.5 degrees. Timing, air-fuel ratio is pretty much where the DME had it idling, which is pretty nice. It's not hunting around. Everything is pretty rock solid once it's steady state. So there you go. I'll get out of the car to show you the engine bay and the exhaust and how quiet and civilized that is as well. This is just after a couple of days. I just got back from a drive, just a little bit of seat of the pants tuning, nothing on the dyno yet, but that will come with time. Rock solid, no burbling, backfiring, or missing. On the DME it would miss at idle. I think it might have been the TPS, the idle switch not working right. But regardless, this car idles amazingly with just minimal time spent on the tables. Like I said, the fans are on, so it's going to be a little bit noisy. But this engine has had the balance shafts fully deleted, so it runs rock solid. There's no quaking or shivering. I could actually put my phone on the manifold, and you would probably see little to no vibration. Here. Just amazing. The DME could never do that. It was I always had to turn the idle screw up to like 1100 RPM for it to idle without making me feel like the car's about to fall in half. Need to tune the acceleration enrichment a little bit. That's why it kind of cavitates a little bit and then finally starts to catch up with itself. But other than that, this car starts and runs great. I'm going to be doing a little bit of work, so there's fewer turns of the starter before it catches and goes, but it's acceptable right now. I'm pretty pleased. Just got to hook that tack up. Everything is still the way it was before. AFRs went down a little bit because after starter enrichment, I'm not sure actually. I think the oil just warmed up a little bit more, so there you go.